Good morning, everybody. It's Cecilia from Pardon Farm. I just wanted to catch up with you a little bit this morning. It is raining outside, so I thought today would be a good day to talk to you a little bit about how I sort of accidentally started making a side income on our homestead. So this spring, I started seeds like most homesteaders and gardeners, and my germination rate on my tomatoes in the first set I started was not typical, and I'm not sure what happened or why, but so the next round I planted a lot of seeds and I ended up with a lot of tomato plants. The last time I up potted, I had 178 plants and I didn't up pot all of them. So that's obviously more than we're gonna use on our homestead. Even with planning to go to the farmer's market this year, it's just too much. So I just put up on Facebook, hey, I have heirloom tomato plants and I'm selling them pretty cheaply. $2 for a seedling. I do have these bigger plants that are behind me that I'm selling for a little bit more, but I also ended up with, because I have kids that help, a whole bunch of tomato plants that didn't get labeled, and so I'm not sure what they are. I know that all of my seeds are heirloom, obviously, so I'm selling mystery tomato plants for $1 a piece, and I've actually found out that people really like that, and people are willing to get a few of those. So it's sort of interesting how a mistake that I thought I made, like, oh man, I have so many tomato plants, now I have all of these tomato plants that aren't labeled. I'm actually almost out of the mystery tomato plants that I had, and a lot of people have been so thankful to come and get tomato plants, because in this area, at least this year, they've been incredibly hard to find, especially ones that look decent. And I know, like at our local Walmart, which is, we're about 40 minutes away from a Walmart here, they're $3.49 for one tomato plant, and they're not heirloom varieties, and so I probably am a little bit on the cheaper side, but like I said, I had a lot to get rid of. So I have made over $50 just selling seedlings, just tomato plant seedlings, and I have other seedlings that are extra that I'm gonna go ahead and list on Facebook Marketplace. But it's been a nice little side income and has at least supplemented for the seeds that I've bought. And now, I mean, I have a lot of labor into it and that kind of stuff, but it's been a really good way for me to just supplement, like I said. The cost of the seeds for the garden have been more than paid for. And part of that is I saved a lot of seeds from last year, so I don't have to buy a lot of seeds. That's part of the reason I choose to grow heirloom varieties, is because if you save the seeds and you're being careful about cross-pollination and those kinds of things, you know what kind of a plant you're going to get the next year. Versus hybrids, you can definitely save the seeds and you will get, so if you save the seeds out of a hybrid tomato plant, you will definitely get a tomato, but they're not as stable as the heirloom seeds. So the tomato that you get may not be exactly like the tomato that you grew the previous year. And that's okay, it'll still be edible, still feed your family, but it might not be exactly what you're expecting. And I just like predictability. So I wanted to show you, I am in the process of trying to harden off my tomato plants, which I don't know why, but this year with the grow lights, I didn't even give it a thought. So yesterday I was like, oh, I bet it's warm enough out to plant. And then it clicked in my head like, well, it might be, but you haven't hardened off any of your plants. So you got at least another week until yours are going in the ground. So I just want to show you, these behind me are the plants that I have for sale, but these over here, all those aren't all tomato plants, but I mean, there's a lot of them. So we are gonna have a ton of tomatoes, and I'm really excited. I also planted, like, you guys know I had broccoli that got eaten down by a mouse. And so I replanted broccoli, and now that broccoli that got eaten down by a mouse is really starting to come back. So I'm gonna, I don't know, I might plant some of those seedlings. I might sell some of them. I have like 78 cabbage plants. Don't ask me how that happened. I really think that part of my mistake was I love to get the kids involved in the process because I sow a lot of seeds and they enjoy it, and who can't use a couple extra pairs of hands? But I am learning that when I tell them to put 1 or 2 seeds in a container, that they are very liberal with the seed application. So we're gonna have to figure out a new system for that. Let me show you. Actually, I have a prime example, if you bear with me for a minute. So right here, these are turnips, and I told them put, you know, okay, let me give you 2 prime examples. These are turnip seeds, and honestly, I have already planted turnips out in the garden. I just wanted to see what they looked like when they germinated, because we have a lot of weeds coming up and I've never grown turnips before. So I told them put 10, 15 seeds in here. I'm not sure how many seeds went in here, but it is way more than 10 or 15. So that's one prime example. Here's another example where these are beets, and I told them to put, you know, a few 5 to 7 seeds in here. So it's really no surprise that I have too many seedlings, because we need to work on our counting. I don't know. And really it's a supervision thing, because I'm trying to plant while they're planting, and obviously I need to like just count out and give them, or have them count out the seeds before we plant them or something. But so this year we have a lot of everything. Even like borage, 1 to 2 seeds per pod. It's just never ending. I don't know. So like I said, this is the accidental way that we have started making a little bit of side income on our homestead. And it's really been fun too, to meet people and talk to them about, you know, what do they grow and what questions do they have. And some of these people are first year gardeners, and talking to them about, you know, plant your tomato plant really deep. And, you know, I follow the Jessica Soward's method of putting an egg in the hole and all of that stuff. So it's been fun. I just wanted to share with you guys. It's probably too late, if you haven't already accidentally planted a bunch of extra seeds, for you to sell some of them, unless you're planting like cucumbers and that kind of stuff. You could probably plant some extra depending on what zone you're in. But I don't know, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. Our farmers market starts here in about a week and a half. And so any extra seedlings I have, I'm just gonna bring with me and sell them. And I hope I don't upset any other vendors, because I am selling them cheaper than maybe some are. But to me, if I can absorb a little bit of my cost and get somebody a quality product, I'm not looking to get rich. I just really love gardening and I have extra seedlings, we can produce food off of them and save people money and get people into gardening. Why wouldn't I, try to share that? So I don't know, it's been pretty exciting. I just wanted to share with you. So thanks for hanging out with me today, and keep growing.